I'm gonna give you guys a second. We are officially live. And sorry, I'm so late again. I'm gonna wait for some of you guys to join. And then we're gonna get into it. Today's live is gonna be very interesting, I feel. I'm very excited to share with you. Hello, everyone. Okay, let me take another sip here. I'm just drinking some mate. If you don't know what mate is, it's just an Argentinian like tea. You know, in a nutshell, that's what it is. Okay, guys, so today's live is going to be all about the stages of a twin flame connection from the initial calling to union. We're going to stop at union, okay? Because union, once you're in union, that's not the end all be all of this journey. There are other lessons and so many other things that happen after union, but that's going to be too much for this. So I decided let's just go through the beginning stages of a twin flame union. Can you share your YouTube page? My YouTube page is actually linked on my account. You can literally click that little play icon on my TikTok profile, or if you click the link direct.me/Soledadtarot, it should be the first link for you guys to go on my YouTube video or on my YouTube channel. I need to update the link because I don't think yesterday's live is up just yet. I think it's gonna be up later today. But yes, I would recommend you go subscribe, get your notifications on so that you don't miss any replays that are posted or any other content that comes up there. I've been very active on YouTube lately. Okay, so you guys, don't forget to give this video a like as you're all coming in because it does help spread the word and the message. We got to 10,000 likes the other day, and I think we even went up to like 20,000 one day, so maybe we can get to 30,000 today. That would be great. But either way, I did promise you guys that I was going to read chapter 9 of my book. This book is not released just yet. It's going to be released next year, and I haven't forgotten. We're going to do that next week. I am going to be off tomorrow, so I will post next week's schedule here on TikTok and on my story so you guys know what the lives are going to be about. And chapter 9 is, now that you have a twin flame, what now? What's next? We go into swiftly achieving union. So how can you get to union? And I break it down into 2 easy steps, and I even give you affirmations to help you throughout that process. So I'm going to read the entire chapter in one of these lives. Not today. Today's live is going to be the stages of a twin flame union from the calling all the way up to union. And with that, I feel like enough of you guys are here. So who am I? Why should you be listening to me? So my name is Soledad. In case you're new here, you guys can call me Sol. And this is a series that I'm doing. We're calling this Livemas. So instead of doing Vlogmas, we're doing Livemas. And it is 21 days of twin flame connections. And this series I really created and designed to help you understand twin flame connections so that you can better navigate it and attract true divine love that you desire. So you're not only just learning about twin flame connections, we're learning about soulmates, karmics, divine counterparts, and this information can really be used for you to attract divine love, whether you're in a unique twin flame connection or if you're just trying to attract soulmate, divine counterpart. Whatever journey resonates with you, it's all divine love either way. And I am an experienced tarot card reader. I've done over 500 personal readings alone this year. It's actually part of the reason why I'm so late every day is because I'm still catching up on orders and making sure that my personal reading clients are happy and everything is on time. Thank you, Monica. I'm actually having a really good time, and I'm glad that you guys are finding this information helpful. So I specialize in love readings. Most of my clients are in twin flame, soulmate, or karmic connections, and I also do past soul life regression readings. On top of that, I am writing a book all about twin flames called What is a Twin Flame Soulmate? Your Beginner's Guide to Identifying and Navigating Your Twin Flame Journey. This book will be out in January 2024. And if you'd like to sign up for updates and exclusive discounts, you can click the link in my bio, or you can go to direct twinflamejourney.me/Soledadtarot, and it should be one of the links. I don't know if it's probably not the first one, it's probably in there, but it'll be titled Twin Flame Updates or Twin Flame Book Updates, and you can sign up for updates there. And I'm not going to use that email for anything else, so unless you're looking for exclusive discounts and updates, yeah, don't worry, I'm not going to sell that email or spam you with anything. I just wanted to be clear. Also, because there are a lot of scammers out there, I just want to let you know I will never message you first for a reading. I do have a second account. It's called Soledadtarot Respirited, but I pinned a video on my TikTok on this main page linking to that second account, and I don't reach out to people on that second account ever. It's just a reposting account. We may switch up the content here and there, but for right now it's just a reposting account. I'm not locked out of any of my accounts, and I'm not picking random people to do readings for, and I'm never going to ask you for donations. I don't have Cash App or Zelle for the public, so the only way you can book with me is again using my links, and I will never reach out to you. So please do not get scammed and be safe out there. And so the last thing I wanted to say, in case you're new here, my Twin Flame book is different from the other books on the market, because unlike the other books where they really detail personal twin flame journeys, what the author experienced, or a collection of other people's personal experiences, I don't do that here. This is going into the historical, to the historical value of twin flames, right? Or how, not historical value, what am I thinking about? It's a guide, right? So we outline all of the ways that the concept of twin flames and soulmates have developed over time, from ancient Greece, right, all the way up to the turn of the 21st century, New Age spiritualism. We go into a lot of what I like to call a mix of spirituality, physiology, and psychology. And it is also a tracking journal. So there are prompts to help you, as well as meditations, affirmations, and other cool technique and exercises that you can use to track and to help you along your twin flame soulmate journey. Okay, so I just wanted to point that out. And in today's live, we are going to be learning the most important beginning stages of your twin flame union, what you will experience in these beginning stages. I'm going to read chapter 6 of my book today. Not the whole thing, right? But I do like to read a few pages for you guys every single live to give you a sneak peek about what you can expect from this book. I don't see anybody else doing this, but I don't mind sharing parts of my book before it's out. I really don't mind. I don't do it for the money, you guys. I'm not going to keep you in the dark. Whatever comes through, whatever I can share for free, better, right? And I'm not going to read all of chapter 6, but there is a section that's called How You Can Speed Up Union in the Separation Stage, and I thought that was so profound that even if you don't buy this book, I didn't want to gatekeep that knowledge. So today I'm going to be reading that section to you guys. And also, as you know, if you have been keeping up with these lives, I like to give you some homework to say, right? I'll give you journal prompts, or I'll give you, exercises, meditation exercises to help you in whatever stage you're at or whatever we're talking about today. And a lot of people will tell you need to do these things, mainly the work or the word shadow work. But nobody ever tells you what is shadow work, how can you get started, right? And so today I'm not going to give you a unique journal prompt that I came up with or that may or may not be in my book, because my book does come up with a lot of journal prompts and a lot of, it's very interactive. But I decided I would share a book that's been helping me out personally, and that is the Shadow Work Journal. So I'm going to be sharing some prompts from in here, and I'm going to be breaking down what is shadow work in case you're confused, because it is so essential to heal your shadow side, and it's part of the twin flame journey. So it's not something that you can skip out on. This is how you are going to get unstuck in your love life if you're feeling stuck. Yes, and yeah, if you've used this journal, the prompts are really good, but if you were on the offense about buying it, then this is kind of like your little sneak peek to purchasing it. And I think it is on sale right now, so I think you can get it for like $6. It's normally way more expensive. I have it linked on my TikTok shop, and I also just did a video, so if you go on my profile, it should be one of the most recent videos, and you can buy it directly through that video. Just click the link there. But yes, And there's no rush. Again, I'm going to give you everything you need. So even if you don't have it, you can still follow along. Again, I don't want to make this like a money thing. It's always going to be the more tools that I can share with you, the better, right? And so with all that, oh, and then finally, of course, if you guys have any questions, please start commenting them. Or if you want to leave it till the end, I always like to give you guys a quick Q&A session and I'll answer a few questions So let's get straight into today's live. I do have notes, so I'm going to be looking over here because it's a lot of information and I didn't want to get lost or miss anything important. And right now my readings are closed. They're not, so December my readings are closed, and I had spots starting in January, but they're all already taken. So if you want to book with me, you would have to start in February, and there is a link in my bio where you can already save your spot. So if you wanted to book with me, literally I would run. I would not walk, I would run, because those spots are filling up, and you can already click the link in my bio to reserve your spot today. All right, and I know it sucks to wait that long, but it is what it is. I'm grateful to have clients, and I'm grateful to, be so booked out so far in advance. So thank you so much to everybody who does support and has, chosen to trust me and be your guide. But anyways, okay. And Tanya Serrano 27, I see your comment, so just comment your question, and then in the Q&A session just remind me and I'll go back up and I will answer your question, so you will not be forgotten about, I promise. All right, so let's go straight into the stages of a twin flame connection, right? The meat and potatoes, why you're here today. And so one really important thing to note about twin flame unions is that the divine feminine always leads spiritually. This is because divine feminines have a natural, innate inclination to the divine. And it is what it is, right? Not to say divine masculine isn't spiritual or connected to the divine. It just manifests differently for them. And the divine feminine is going to experience a huge spiritual awakening, a lot of tower moments. So letting go of friendships, relationships, circumstances, environments that no longer serve them. I experienced this as a divine feminine, right? I let go of my relationship of 6 years. I had to cut off a friend that I had in my life since I was a child, and I had to move from the city that I was living in so that I can be surrounded by support and love and reconnect with the people who actually helped push forward and support me in my life. So you can experience all these things simultaneously. And when you finally connect with your twin, it is going to intensify this spiritual awakening and kind of speed things up for you, giving you that extra little push to really move forward. So don't be upset if you resonate with being a divine feminine. And by the way, divine feminine, divine masculine, I feel like a broken record, but it is not gender exclusive. Okay? You can be a man and lean more towards divine feminine. And you can be a woman and lean more towards divine masculine. And you can even lean into both energies, right? Because this isn't a gender thing, this is an energetic thing. And yeah, I just wanted to be clear on that, okay? And I did a whole live on divine feminine and masculine energies where you learn about reaching balance within these energies within yourself so that you can get to union faster. And that replay is posted on my YouTube channel if you are interested. But we kind of already talked about that. So if you're confused, highly recommend you look at that video. Now, if you're feeling tired right now, right? So let's go back all the way to the beginning. You're feeling tired of your old life or your current life. Your current beliefs and habits are limiting you from seeing your true potential that you are feeling a calling to. This giving midlife crisis vibes. Even if you're not, 30 or 40, it could be midlife 20 vibes, right? I don't know what that would be. It just depends on when you're ready to move on. When you start realizing, you know what, my dreams, I can actually reach them, or I feel like I need to start connecting with my soul again because I feel dead inside, or I feel like no matter what, even if you manifest your true life, or the life that you thought you wanted, you're still unhappy. You're still feeling stuck in other goals. I thought I had manifested the life that that I wanted, right? I had manifested a long-term relationship. I had moved to the city I wanted to move to. I had the job I wanted, and I was still very unhappy. I was unable to lose weight. My mental health was worse than ever. I felt like I needed to mask around people, and I felt so crazy and ungrateful because in reality, I did manifest the things I wanted. So why wasn't I happy just yet? So you may feel as Divine Feminine that you are hitting that breaking point where you're like, everything needs to change. There needs to be a radical change of my life, okay? And then you may start feeling more inclined. For example, I was atheist before I started my journey, right? Attracting divine love, or even being a tarot card reader. I did a very conventional, normal job before I was a tarot card reader. It's the whole thing, but this isn't about me, right? We're gonna go, I just wanted to share because these are things that happened to me in my journey as well, and things that I've heard other clients experience, and just comments and messages that I get from you guys on here. So you're not alone if you feel this way. You're not ungrateful. You're not crazy. Okay? Okay. And so you start realizing that what got you here isn't working anymore. You start realizing that you were operating from a survival standpoint and a way of being, and you want to move into thriving. You're ready to step into your highest timeline. You're ready for these changes, and you're not really sure what these changes are going to be, but you're going to try your best to manifest them. So you may start getting recommended things like tarot card readings, or if you lean into more of a religious thing, there's nothing wrong with anything. It's just the way that you lean into. Then you may start getting recommended Bible study videos, whatever it is for you on your journey. There is no right or wrong way to connect with God, the universe, and your own spirituality. And I don't judge you. So anyways, I just wanted to point that out there as well. And so you're switching from survival to thriving. You're manifesting true love because you feel this deep calling, especially in twin flame connections. Because you're twin flame and you essentially have the same soul signature, because you're the same soul cut in half, you will have this feeling of your soulmate is calling for you. And this is something that you may even experience as a child, right? It feels like there's someone out there for you, and you know that you're not with that right person, or you know that you need to keep searching and evolving, and that it is coming in for you. If you are in a true twin flame connection, you may experience your twin flame's energy around you even as a child, right? And when we meet them, the energies start to merge, and so it intensifies the connection. So in the attraction stage, Divine Feminine leads. You're moving from surviving to thriving, and you're not really sure how you're going to get there, but you're going to figure it out. You're going to have tower moments, a spiritual awakening. And so this leads us to the initial connection stage. So you may feel that there is some type of coincidence that attracts you to your twin flame. And this is where people feel like they have a lot of similarities, a very fated destiny. For me, and for many others, it wasn't really a serendipitous fated thing. It was more like we met once, and then we went about our lives. And then months and months and months later, we reconnected. Which is like, and honestly, it took me a while to realize who my twin flame was for me, right? Because I was going through so much when I met them that I wasn't focused on that. What I was really focused on was just changing and getting out of, the things that were no longer making me happy. And so the coincidence can be something like, working at the same job, or finding out that you guys have the same hometown, or that you grew up in the same neighborhood and never realized that thing, right? And we're moving on from the initial meeting where some of us may experience, we make that connection, but then we don't really talk again for months later, or sometimes years later. Some people meet and then they instantly can recognize each other, like that soul recognition. That's not the same case for everybody. So don't feel bad if that was not your case, right? Especially if you were not in the mindset of like meeting a twin flame, especially if it was like, a work connection or something like that, or a friend of a friend. Sometimes you're just not in that mindset and you're focusing on these other things, or you just haven't gone through that awakening. The universe has funny ways of showing you what's meant for you right in front of your face, and you don't realize it till later. So let me know if you guys have also had that experience. Okay, So now we're going to go into the deep soul recognition part of it, right? So you've either already recognized this person or you're starting to build that connection, even if you both aren't ready or didn't expect this to turn into what it is turning into. Most of us don't expect this or even understand what's happening, right? We're just going with it. We're flowing with each other. So you're reconnecting and you're starting to build a strong connection. Because twin flames are believed to share a very deep soul connection, a very strong connection that transcends, you know, space and time. At the beginning, there could be a profound sense of a recognition, right? When two souls know that they have known each other forever. Like, for example, I'm very stubborn, so I had to get a lot of synchronicities and signs, and I started getting dreams of past lives that I had with my twin flame, and I was like, whoa, maybe there's something else here. But I kept asking for signs because I wasn't sure, and I also didn't want to be wrong about the current person that I was with. That is a block that I had. I just didn't want to be wrong. I was like, oh no, this has to be my soulmate. There's no way. I manifested my dream life. This has to be the person but it wasn't. It ended up not being, and that's okay. You know, lovely person, just not for me. And it was what it was. It is what it is. But this connection really gave me the push that I needed to completely separate myself from something that wasn't serving, you know, and that was my choice. And so you may find that as well. That's why there's one of those obstacles in twin flame connections are people that are in other connections already. And it's difficult to break out of that because, one, you don't want to be wrong, but two, you've already invested so much time and effort into something. Even when you know it's wrong, most people won't leave unless they have like a blaring reason in their face for it to happen, right? So there is no shame in that. Everybody learns their lessons in their own way. But you will notice an intense connection. That is another thing you experience in this stage of twin flame connections. Okay, the connection between twin flames are often described as intense, magnetic, and irresistible, honestly. And there may be a strong sense of being drawn to each other, even if there are other circumstances or external factors that keep you guys apart. Sorry, I just got reminded of something and I needed a moment. I never thought I would share so much about my own experience on the internet, but honestly, like, I feel like this message is important. If anyone else is going through this, I would, and I can help, I'm gonna do that. So I'm sorry if I get a little emotional in this live because it's very real going through these types of connections. I'm just gonna drink a little tea. Take a bit of a breather. Okay. So another thing that we talked about, but you can also experience in these early stages, is the spiritual awakening. Again, divine feminine goes through this spiritual awakening first in the beginning. And the meeting of twin flames is often associated with spiritual awakenings for both divine feminine and masculine, right? Because you help each other illuminate and heighten self-awareness. And you just end up having a deeper understanding of not only yourself, but the universe. And there's a shift in consciousness that happens when you go through a spiritual awakening. And if any of you have ever been through a spiritual awakening, you understand this, right? And another thing that you can start experiencing that maybe you never experienced before with anybody else is a telepathic connection with your twin flame. Some twin flames will suggest this kind of connection between two souls. And again, telepathic connections is not exclusive to twin flames, but it's something that you experience very deeply and very profoundly. So for example, you may feel like you are in a very emotional state, or you're driving home from a really hard day of work, something happened, you haven't talked to anybody about it, and all of a sudden you get a call from your twin flame and their first question is, are you okay? I just felt like I needed to call you right now, right? And then you break out and you start telling them what happened and they're there for you, right? Or vice versa. You can do that with your twin flame. So that is one way that you can have a telepathic connection with your twin. It's like almost a strong knowing, That's the best way. I guess I know it's kind of vague, but it's the best way to describe it, right? There's a strong knowing and a strong sense of feeling each other's thoughts and feelings, essentially. So that's kind of the initial meaning. Now, once you start really deepening that connection with your twin flame, your spiritual awakening intensifies, your connection deepens, you will start to trigger each other. That is normal because you're illuminating these parts of yourself that you never thought would be illuminated. You're opening up to someone in a way you never could before, and it's easy, it's flowing, right? It's not like you're forcing these things out of each other. I would almost think of it as like therapy with your twin flame, right? Some people describe it like that as well. But eventually, because you're moving away from surface level things and you're going deep, you're gonna start triggering each other. Okay, and your connection may also mirror things that they have gone through in other connections that they have buried, or so for example, I don't know if I should bring this up, but this is something that happened to a client of mine, and something that I've very much experienced with other people in my life who have twin flame connections and soulmate connections. So for example, if you have a wound in your past, or a certain situation that you didn't really get to process in your love life, similarities may pop up with your twin flame. Yeah. And so there's a lot of challenges that come with that, but that is because part of this connection is to grow, right? And what is growth without changes? And this connection is intense, so it's going to be very quickly, and it's going to take time for you guys to really process that. So twin flame relationships are believed to be transformative and will involve significant challenges. And these challenges could be emotional, psychological, or related to, external circumstances. And overcoming these challenges is seen as an essential part of the twin flame union. So just know that you are on the right path. Don't let these things deter you. It means that you're actually doing great and amazing. And it's also great for personal growth, right? It isn't all about the other person, and it isn't all about your self-healing. It's a balance of both. I really hate how people online on this app talk about twin flames as if it's just a desire to bring somebody in, or the complete opposite. It's only for self-healing. That's the only thing you should be focused on. Absolutely not. It's a balance of both, right? It's not black or white here. Duality is a big lesson in twin flames, and it leaks into different parts of the relationship. And that leads us to the separation and the reunion stage. Yay, the most fun stage. I'm being sarcastic. It's not. It's the worst, okay? And it's the one that most people get stuck on, and how most people find me, right? When they're in separation of their twin flame and they're just really just trying to make peace together what this is and what they're experiencing. So, twin flame unions may involve a period of separation, during which the individuals focus on personal growth, self-discovery, and transformation. The separation is considered temporary. Okay, it is temporary, in fact. And reunion is what you are being led to. So the path of separation is actually leading you back to your twin flame. All roads lead back to them. So with that being said, and now that we've kind of described these parts, let's go straight into my book. Let's read a little bit, you guys. So, I love this part. I love reading to you guys. And then after we do the reading, we're gonna go into the prompt of the shadow workbook so that I can give you the tools on how to get started with shadow work and really things that you can do after this live, right? And I always encourage you after this live, take some notes and work on yourself. Take at least 30 minutes after this live to let the information you just learned sink in, and to take these journal prompts, these exercises that I'm giving you seriously, and try them out for yourself, and let me know how that's working for you, because these aren't just things that I read online. This is a collection of things that I've been experiencing for the last 2 years of my life, and things that have worked for me personally and have worked for clients that I've recommended. And again, I've done over 500 readings this year alone, right? So this isn't just a one-off thing or something I quickly looked up. This is real advice that I'm giving you that I would give to anybody in my life who needs it. Okay, so let's read chapter 6. So chapter 6 is a bit of a long chapter. It's what if you and your twin flame were separated? That's the name of the chapter, right? But for the purposes of this live, and not to make everything too long, I'm only going to be reading the section where we go into how you can speed up the separation stage in your twin flame union. So let's go into it. I'm super excited. So here it is. And it's only a few pages long, so we're gonna read into it. How you can speed up the separation stage in your twin flame union. As we mentioned earlier, the separation stage is not a one big test that you can overcome and never have to deal with again. In fact, this phase will reoccur as many times as it needs to happen and is used as a tool to help both of you evolve. The lesson of acceptance and surrender is the most important one to learn from this cosmic dance, right? The cosmic dance of twin flames. And I explain that more deeply in the other chapters of my book. So if you don't understand that term just yet, if you get the book, you're gonna understand it. Give yourself permission to become self-aware and accepting of your own journey in the space between you and your twin flame. Accept the universe's schedule while realizing that each stage of this separation has a certain purpose. Enjoy the silence, because it is during these times of solitude that we can hear the whispers of our souls directing us towards higher truths. We learn from the fundamentals of faith and trust via separation. Believe in the divine plan and have faith that everything is working out for the best in the cosmos. Keep in mind that your twin flame's presence is undeniably woven into the fabric of your soul. Nothing can break that unbreakable bond. Let the love that unites you serve you as an anchor, guiding you through life's ups and downs as you each set off on your own separate journeys. Okay, because we are all individuals at the end of the day. We all have different meat suits that we are destined to be in, even if you share a part of the same soul. Just wanted to make that clear. Okay, recognize that the time will come for reunion, but in the meantime, enjoy the development, the healing, and insight, such valuable insight that you gain during this separation. You are both destined to grow, evolve, and reconnect as gorgeously transformed people. So embrace this sacred process with a heart full of inspiration. Through acceptance and detachment, we align with receiving energy that opens us up to blessings and realign with the love that brought this union together in the first place. All right. So that is all I'm going to read from my book today. I hope that you guys enjoyed that. Now let's get into the practical side, where I like to give you a journal prompt or some type of exercise tool, really, that you can use to help bring in your union and understand your own journey. We're going to be using the shadow workbook today. I purchased this. It's currently on sale, I believe. I think it's only like $6, and you can purchase this through my TikTok shop. And if you go on my profile, my most recent video has this book linked on there. I highly recommend you purchase it. If you already have it, let's bring it out. Share in the comments the knowledge you've learned, what parts are important to you in this book. I'm going to be using it for today's journal prompt, because I thought it would be really important for you guys. A lot of people will tell you, you need to do the shadow work to bring in love, to attract your manifestations, but they don't tell you what shadow work is or what to do. So we're not going to do that here. We're going to share the secrets. We're not gatekeeping anything. All right, so first I'm going to read a little bit about what is shadow work, and then I will show you guys the prompt that you can do to help you get started. Okay, so... And I already started a series on my account. I think it's a playlist called the Get Better Book Club. So if you go on my profile and you go through my playlist, I already talked about some shadow work. And you can obviously follow my account if you are interested in learning more about this book and about the shadow work aspect of things, even outside of love, right? Manifesting in general. Oh, and yeah, I do get gel. Thank you. It's baby pink right now. That was so random. I don't know why that question caught my eye, but yeah, it does. I'm gonna be going through the questions that you guys have been leaving me relating to what we've been talking about, so I have not been ignoring you, I promise. Okay, so let's read a little bit about what is shadow work. Just a little bit. We're not gonna go too deep, and then I'll share the prompts, and then we'll do a quick Q&A session for you guys. How are you guys enjoying this so far? Have you found this helpful? Let me know in the comments. So this book is called The Shadow Work Journal. And then my book is called What is a twin flame soulmate? And my book is not out just yet. It is going to be out January 2024. And again, if you missed it, you can sign up for updates using the link in my bio. Yes. So, oh, also, I don't know if you guys know this, but I designed these hands myself. I know. And my friend designed the inside of it. Obviously I had somebody help me design the book because I'm not a professional like book designer, but this is an exclusive piece of art from a friend, and she helped put her little piece in here and has helped design the entire book. And I give credits to all of those people who helped me with bring this book into life in the book. So anyways, I just wanted to say that this isn't just like these are not like random pieces of art. These are things I've designed or, you know, are exclusive to this book. So very exciting project. Okay, so what is shadow work, you guys? No more distractions. Let's get into it. Shadow work is about revealing the unknown. The shadow is an unconscious aspect of your personality that the ego does not identify with. You may experience your shadow when you're triggered in social interactions, relationships, or in episodes of anxiety or sadness. The unconscious mind contains repressed emotions from painful events, causing impulsive behaviors and unwanted patterns that form from your dark side. I love that they use dark side because I'm such a Star Wars fan, so I'm like, yeah, I get it. But anyways, in short, the shadow is composed of the parts of yourself that you have forgotten, abandoned, or repressed in order to grow and fit in with the mold of society. Think back to your childhood and recall the ways in which you would repress yourself only to be rejected. Or, in the ways that you would express yourself only to be rejected, therefore leading to you repressing or abandoning that part of yourself. You may have been crying and told to stop. You may have been laughing uncontrollably in a classroom and been given a dirty glance from your teacher or peers. Excuse me. There are countless ways in which you may have been reprimanded for what has been deemed bad or praised for what has been deemed good, learning to adjust your behavior accordingly. These repressed parts of yourself don't go away forever. They are stored and locked inside your unconscious mind. Shadow work is the process of revealing, accepting, and integrating these parts of yourself that you have repressed and rejected. The techniques in the shadow work journal will allow you to dive into unconscious pockets of repressed emotions and transcend the negative effects that currently have on your well-being. The goal here is to make the unconscious conscious so that you may work on them in self-reflection and acceptance. While anyone can do shadow work, a licensed mental health expert is a good option, especially for individuals who have experienced severe trauma or abuse. Okay, so that's kind of shadow work. And actually before I show you the prompt that we're going to be going through today, this is a really important message, okay? You cannot embark on a spiritual journey and only focus on that. You need to be mentally strong to even embark on that journey and to be receptive to signs and level up spiritually. Otherwise, you are going to be blocked because it is a recipe for disaster. Whenever I see people talk about spiritual psychosis, I understand it as this person completely abandoned their mental health and went completely into Delulu land. This is not about Delulu land, okay? My account is about merging spirituality, psychology, and physiology to help you make well-rounded decisions. It's about balance. It's not about one or the other, right? Mind or heart, soul, whatever it is. And unlike what most people believe, the 5D, the spiritual world, exists at the same time with the 3D world, and they're working together. You can't ignore one for the other. You have to find your balance and learn that we are here for experiences, to learn and grow and evolve our souls. So I just wanted to be super clear on that. You need to be mentally strong, especially if you're embarking on a spiritual journey. And that's why I think shadow work, and I talked to a therapist for 2 years in my life before I even became was open to spirituality or religion or anything like that, right? Now I own a Bible. I never thought I would do that, right? And that's not to say that I'm a Christian or anything. I just love learning about theology in general, but I'm more spiritually open than I've ever been. And it truly has been transformative. But I had to take care of my trauma. I had to do the psychological work to get there. So that is super, super important. That is how you avoid being delulu. And that's that on that. I said what I said, right? Okay, so now let's go into the prompt. So I'm gonna have it here. And so if you guys want to screenshot this, you can. I'm so sorry that it is mirrored right now. So if it's looking like backwards, I'm so sorry, but I'm going to read it. So this is a fill in the blank. And then I'm going to also give you guys the reflection questions that are right here. So I'm going to share that here in case you guys want to screenshot the reflection questions and then, you know, flip it over so that it's not mirrored. There's that on that. So hopefully that gives you guys enough time to do that. Okay, so the fill in blank is, I always feel like I'm the blank one, right? So you can say, I always feel like I'm the emotional one, for example. Blank is how I manage to escape. So for me, smoking is how I manage to escape. I don't smoke anymore, but that's something that I used for a long, long time in order to escape. Or partying, you know, or, you know, drinking, whatever it is for you. Blank brings me peace, right? So crying to me or journaling to me would bring me peace. Or the same thing that you use to escape can also bring you peace. I am so tired of blank and blank, but I am excited about blank and blank. I am so tired of feeling lost, feeling sad, and feeling stuck. But I am excited about learning how to overcome my sadness and depression. I want to try blank so that I can finally blank. I want to confront my shadow side so that I can finally overcome the behaviors, the negative impact that trauma has had on my life, and the control that these things have had on my life. For some reason, I always end up blank. I deserve blank and blank. For some reason, I always end up upset, defensive, angry. I deserve to be happy, unbothered, and feel peaceful. So those are my blanks. Just to help you guys out with this. And then we have reflection questions. Why am I sometimes seduced into victim mentality? Even in twin flame journeys, you can be seduced into being like, oh, I'm such a victim. My twin flame ran away from me. It's because of this third party that we're not together, blah, 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 right? Complaining. You're feeding into victim mentality. It's okay. It's valid to feel these things, but you're choosing to relive and stay in the misery if that's going to be your narrative, right? I don't consider myself a victim anymore, but I did for a long time. So I understand where that's coming from. And it's every individual's journey to break out of that. The second self-reflection question is, what systematic self-improvement techniques can I use to replace my victim mentality into a more empowering belief about myself or the situation? And that's going to depend on you, right? Starting shadow work is really important. Mirroring exercises. We're going to go into twin flame mirroring exercises, why they work and why they stop working in another live. So make sure to follow, you guys. I will be posting my live schedule for next week tomorrow so that you know exactly what else is coming up for Live Miss that we're doing. I'm so excited. And yes, so the last question here is, what kind of thinking do I need to adopt in order to step outside of my limiting beliefs and focus on what excites me? So if you have a limiting belief that, you know, I am unworthy of love, or I'm just fat, I'm just a fat girl. That's a limiting belief that I had because I grew up being chubbier than other people. I'm naturally not somebody that loses weight easily. I hold on to weight really quickly. And so that's something I always struggled with. And my limiting belief is, oh, I'm just naturally like fat. Like I'm naturally the chunky girl. And that's something I had to break out of. Or I'm not athletic. I don't like sports. And so that deterred me from going to the gym or from trying out new sports because I'm not good at sports, right? That's another limiting belief that stops you from doing the things you want to try or trying out the things you want to do. Or another one I had is I'm not a good singer. Obviously, nobody's going to be good at something when they're getting started to it, but if you let that hold you back from starting something, you're never going to see what potential it was for you. So anyways, that is the shadow work that I'm giving you guys as homework. I hope that was helpful. Let's go into a quick Q&A session. So if you guys have any questions, start leaving them now. I'm going to give you guys a second. If you did leave any questions, we have been getting a lot of comments, so please rewrite it. I'm going to give you guys a few minutes and we'll answer a few questions about twin flames, about this live. Oh, thank you. My hair is actually very long right now, but I like it long, so I've just been keeping it that way. But thank you, I appreciate that. I got a haircut recently, so excuse me. I'm gonna drink some tea. What are the book's names? So this is the Shadow Journal, a guide to integrate and transcend your shadows. This is actually linked on my TikTok shop and you can purchase it using the link. I did a video on it right now, so if you go to my account and you click on my most recent video, it will be linked in that video and you can purchase it on TikTok. And then this book that we have been referencing is called What is a Twin Flame Soulmate? The Beginner's Guide to Identifying and Navigating a Twin Flame Journey. This is not out yet, but this is a guide and a tracking book with its own journal prompts specific to twin flames and divine love. This will be out January 2024. And again, if you want exclusive discounts and updates, that is linked in my bio so you can sign up. What if your twin flame refuses to make changes on this journey? I would ask you, why are you so attached to their behavior? Where is that attachment coming from? Why is that bothering you? At the end of the day, we can't control or make them see things. They have to, especially divine masculines, they have to experience these things and see them on their own. Separation can last a while. Some people are separated for 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years, 10 years. I've clients that have been separated for 10 years. And it's up to that individual to come to that realization. How do you know if who you think is your twin flame is actually your twin flame? So we did talk about identifying a false twin flame in yesterday's live. The replay should be up, or if not, it's going to be up today, but we're going to be going deeper into identifying your twin flame in a live that is upcoming, and that is also why I'm releasing my book. There is one live in particular. Let me actually look it up. I'm going to tell you the name of this video because I did share an exercise that you can know for sure is if this is your twin flame or not. I don't want to summarize it right here because it's going to take forever, but if you want to watch the replay, and you can go on the timestamps on YouTube and you can just skip to that part if you want to. So give me 1 second. Let me look it up here. We've already done like 8 of these, so we're really getting into it. Sorry, I'm using this iPad and I'm not really... This is not my iPad, so I don't know where the things are. Where is this app? Here it is. Okay. My sister's letting me borrow her iPad for this. Okay, so let me go to my account, Soledadtarot, and let's see, which live is it? Oh, it's the first live, day 1. So why you keep attracting / settling for losers and how to stop. And I'll actually just show it to you. Hold up. It's this one right here. This one right here. So if you go on my YouTube channel and you click on this video, you can go on the timestamps and you can go to the end where we talk the exercise about how to confirm if this is your twin flame and get real concrete signs from the universe. And it involves connecting with your higher self. So it is a meditation exercise that you can do, and it's something I've done and clients have done as well that have worked for them. So it is tested and proved. All right, what else are we doing? Yes, I am answering questions. I just went through a spiritual awakening. Any steps you took that helped through the process? That is such an amazing question. I love answering this question. Okay, if you get that reference, let me know. But yeah, so Spiritual awakenings can be intense. You have to be mentally strong to go through it and to continue navigating and mastering that journey. So shadow work is extremely important. Anything that is affecting your mental health, including your diet, your physical health, that is the most important thing that is going to help you advance in your spiritual awakening and keep you grounded so that you're not feeling delusional or crazy, because it can get crazy really quickly. So my tip would be to try to get yourself on a routine, work on your shadow self, but also start learning about what is being illuminated during your spiritual journey. So for example, my gift started activating. I started getting clairaudience. I had never ever experienced clairaudience, and I thought I was going batshit crazy. Okay, it was very scary. So I had to start learning about that. And if something is a little bit too intense, ask your angels. Start building connections with your spirit guides, with God, universe, angels. I say angels because I work really deeply with angels, and that's how I channel my messages. Start really deepening the connection with your higher self, meditating, reading, getting on a routine, and not neglecting your mental or physical health are the best ways and the best things that I can tell you to navigate your spiritual journey. And when you're going through your spiritual awakening, there's going to be ups and downs. Okay, so journaling the good and the bad, and then reviewing what you journaled to really give yourself, oh, I learned this lesson already. Sometimes we learn something and we forget it. No, journal everything when you're going through a spiritual awakening so that you can reference it. Especially because I'm not somebody that remembers things right away. I have to reread it. So I hope that was helpful, but those are the best tips. Yes, I think I'm going insane. I feel like energies and what's coming up, clairvoyant. Yes, so look more into clairvoyancy. Get guidance from people who are experienced in that, you know. I want to move, once we finish releasing my Twin Flame book, I'm still going to be doing Twin Flame readings, but I'm going to be moving into content about, you know, spiritual awakenings and getting in touch with yourself. And so next year's content and just the journey and how my channel is going to evolve is going to be really exciting for those of you going through spiritual awakenings and manifesting and all of that. So I will bring out more about being a psychic and the gifts that I have and how they've developed and how you can learn through them, especially if you're going through the beginning stages. So make sure to follow along for that if that's something you guys are interested in. Okay, I'm going to answer one more question. I see Christina Princesa. Such a cute name. When you're coming into union with your twin flame, do you feel it? Do the signs get crazier? Yes, they do. The signs get super crazy. Oh, and thank you to anyone who has been answering questions for me and adding people. I appreciate you guys so much, because as you guys know, I'm here giving you so much information that I'm not really paying attention for the most part. That's why I like to do a Q&A session. So thank you to everyone who's been answering each other's questions and all that stuff. I really appreciate you guys. But yes, as you're getting closer to union, the signs will get intensified. So one way that you can know if you are in a true twin flame connection, and we talked about this yesterday, is the more you heal, the further you feel away the pull for this person. In a twin flame connection, a true twin flame connection is the opposite. The more you heal, the closer you get to union, the more the synchronicities come naturally. Eventually, you're just going to get used to it. You're just going to ignore it. You're going to look at your bank account and be like, oh, look, their birthday, like, that's how much money I made in my paycheck, or this is how much my grocery bill came out to. Oh, well, like, you know, it's just going to be the whole thing. It's going to be normal. So anyways, that's how you know you're getting closer to union. You're detaching from it, but you're still feeling their energy, and you're just detached from the energy itself. And your twin flame's going to be like, what the heck? I'm not getting that response I used to get. I'm not getting all these thoughts or these dreams or these emotions from this person. You're not reacting to it. But it's there, and you're still hopeful, and you know that they're going to come back. You're just working on yourself. You're like, all right, checked off, next thing. All right, so that's all the time I have for today, you guys. But tomorrow I'm going to be taking time off, and we're going to get back into 21 days of Twin Flames, this whole series. You're welcome, Christina. We're going to get right back into it on Wednesday. Tomorrow's Tuesday, right? Yeah. So Wednesday, we're going to be returning with the lives, and I'm going to be trying to take Tuesdays off to focus on getting my personal readings caught up with and to getting content out for you guys and all of that. So, oh my God, Samurai Cutesy, say hello. You're welcome. Thank you for supporting me. I feel like you've been around for a while. Like, I've been seeing your name around for a while. But anyways, thank you guys for all the support. thank you guys for sharing in this time with me. I will see you guys on Wednesday. And yeah, bye guys. If I didn't answer your question now, come back on Wednesday. You might get your question answered. And thank you for all the badges and the roses. You guys are amazing. I almost feel bad leaving. Like, I want to stay and talk to you guys, but it is my time to go. Have a wonderful day. Bye guys. Oh, do you guys want to see Bubba? He's sleeping. He's like waking up like, dude, can you shut up? I'm trying to nap here.